ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. We are continuing reading the book Namacharya Thakura. So, we are on the page 54. During this period, Advaita Acharya was absorbed in thinking how the conditioned souls could be delivered. He became very determined that Krishna would descend, and with a firm vow began to worship the Salagrama Shila with with Ganges water and Tulsi leaves, praying for the Lord's descent. At the same time, Haridasa Thakura chanted in his cave on the bank of the Ganges, also praying for Krishna's descent. Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami comments, because of the devotional service of these two persons, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended as an incarnation. Thus he preached the holy name of the Lord and ecstatic love of Krishna to deliver the entire world. During this period of solitary chanting in the cave by the Ganges, an extraordinary event During this period of solitary chanting in the cave by Ganges, an extraordinary event transpired, described as astonishing and beyond material reasoning by Krishnadasa Kaviraja. One moonlight evening, as Haridasa Thakura sat chanting loudly in his caves in the presence of Tulasi, an extraordinarily beautiful and effulgent woman appeared in the courtyard, her scent perfuming the air. She offered obeisances to Tulasi and circumambulated her. She then requested that Haridasa Thakura have union with her and began to manifest various postures, which even the greatest philosopher would lose his patience upon seeing. However, Haridasa Thakura is described by Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami as immovable, for he was deeply determined. He informed the amazingly beautiful being that he had to first complete his vows of chanting, utilizing the same tactic as he had earlier with the prostitute sent by Ramachandra Khan. He engaged her in hearing and chanting for 3 days. Daily, she approached him, exhibiting various feminine postures that would bewilder the mind of even Lord Brahma. There is a certain irony in this comparison, since Haridasa Thakura is said to be an incarnation of Lord Brahma. However, in this presence, as a pure Vaishnava, absorbed in the holy names, he was unaffected, having achieved the pinnacle of spiritual development, Prema Bhakti. The feminine poses exhibited by the extraordinarily beautiful woman were just like crying in the forest. After the third day of waiting, she chided Haridasa Thakura for giving her false assurances. I see that throughout the entire day and night you are chanting of the holy name is never finished. Haridasa Thakura replied, my dear friend, what can I do? I have made a vow. How then can I give it up? The woman then admitted, I am the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I came here to test you. I have previously captivated the mind of even Brahma, not to speak of others. Your mind alone have I failed to attract. My dear sir, you are the foremost devotee. Simply seeing you and hearing you chant the holy name of the Krishna has purified my consciousness. Now I want to chant the holy name of the Lord. Please be kind to me by instructing me about the ecstasy of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is now a flood of the eternal nectar of love of Godhead due to the incarnation of Lord Chaitanya. All living entities are floating in the flood. The entire world is now thankful to the Lord. Anyone that does not float in this inundation is most condemned. Such a person cannot be delivered for millions of kalpas. Formerly, I received the holy name of Lord Rama from Lord Shiva. But now, due to your association, I am greatly eager to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. The holy name of Lord Rama certainly gives one liberation, but the holy name of Krishna transports one to the other side of the ocean of nescience, and at last gives one ecstatic love of Krishna. Please give me the holy name of Krishna and thus make me fortunate, so that I also may float in the flood of love of Godhead inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maya, the illusionary energy of the Lord, then worshipped the feet of Haridasa Thakur, and he gave her initiation by requesting her to chant the Harinam Hare Krishna Mahamantra. After receiving this benediction, Maya left with great pleasure. Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami then addresses his readers who may not take this narration seriously due to insufficient faith. He gives a series of reasons why people should have faith. In many places, in the narrations of Vrindavana Dasa Thakura and Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, it has been described how the eternal associates of Krishna like Brahma, Shiva, the Kumaras, as well as the Narada, Prahlada, the goddess of fortune, and others descended to this world, appearing as human beings to taste the nectar of chanting the holy name. What's more, all of these narrations are based on the words of a person of spotless character and pure devotion, namely Swarupa Damodara Goswami, and eyewitnesses to so many of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wonderful pastimes, as well as the testimony of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, who had directly from Swarupa Damodara Goswami. What to speak of others? Even Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, personally descends to taste the nectar of love of Godhead in the form of chanting of Hare Krishna. What is the wonder if the maid-servant of Krishna, his eternal energy, begs for love of Godhead? Without the mercy of a devotee and without the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, love of Godhead cannot be possible. In the activities of Lord Sri Chaitanya, the three worlds dance and chant. Having come in touch with love of God, this is a characteristic of his pastimes. The holy name of Krishna is so attractive that anyone who chants it, including all living entities, moving and non-moving, and even Lord Krishna himself, becomes imbued with love of Krishna. This is the effect of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I have heard from the mouth of Raghunatha Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami concludes, I have heard from the mouth of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami all that Swarupa Damodara Goswami recorded in his notes about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have briefly described those pastimes. Whatever I have written is by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Since I am an insignificant living being, I have described but a fragment of the glories of Haridasa Thakur. Hearing this satisfies the oral reception of every devotee. Okay, Prabhu, I will stop here and I will conclude. So, Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur, they are praying, they are chanting on the like Advaita Acharya worshipping the Salagrama Shila with Ganges water and Tulsi leaves, and Haridas Thakur chanted in his cave on the bank of Ganges. They are praying very, very intensively for the descendant of Krishna. Therefore, because of the devotional service of these two persons, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended as an incarnation. That's what's concluded here. So, after that, uh, in continuation to um, pastimes of Haridas Thakur, so in the previous chapters, we have seen that some external Maya prostitute came to disturb Haridas Thakur, but Haridas Thakur did not disturb her, and he made her like a devotee. Uh, like spend 3 days, give the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The external also chanted along with Haridas Thakur. So here, in continuation to that, another Maya came, another external came to disturb Krishna, Haridas Thakur. But here also, Haridas Thakur did not disturb it at all because he is deeply determined in his chanting. He was unaffected, having achieved the pinnacle of spiritual development, prema bhakti. So what he did here, again, Uh, she also spent couple of days. After the third day of waiting, she said Haridas Thakur for giving her false assurances. I see that throughout the entire day and night your chanting of the holy name is never finished. And immediately Haridas Thakur replied, uh, my dear friend, what can I do? I have made a vow and I cannot give it up. So the woman finally admitted it and replied, so I am the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I came here to test you. I have previously captivated the mind of even Brahma, and what to speak of others. Now, I came here technically to disturb you, but my dear sir, you are the foremost devotee. Simply seeing you and hearing you chanting the holy name of Krishna has purified my consciousness. So, and again, she also saying that I want to chant the holy name of the Lord. Please be kind to me and instruct me. So similarly, previously Ramachandra sent the prostitute to disturb Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur made her a devotee. Here also second instance. So in the book, Krishna's Kaviraj mentioned all these instances very clearly because in order to develop us the faith, whatever the faith Haridas Thakur is having, whatever the vow, how strict he is in his chanting. So the same thing is communicating to us so that we can develop the same faith in our chanting, so that we can develop our determination, sankalpa. Now, when we develop those type of sankalpa, definitely there will be eternal nectar of love of Godhead. We can see that one. And next thing, in continuation to that, she also saying that formerly I received the holy name of the Lord Rama from Lord Shiva, but now due to your association, I am greatly eager to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. So the holy name of the Lord Rama certainly gives one liberation, but the holy name of Krishna transports one to the other side of the ocean of nescience, and at last gives one ecstatic love of Krishna. So she is saying that I'm very fortunate, so that I can also float I may float in the flood of love of God inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when we chant only, so that by chanting only we can develop the love towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, it's not possible. That's what she was concluding in that statement. After that, after receiving this benediction from Haridas Thakura, Maya left with a great pleasure. So again, here author Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami then addresses his readers who may not take this narration seriously due to insufficient faith. He gives a series of reasons why people should have the faith. The faith is very, very important because everything presents in the holy name. That's what we can see here. And next, we need to have the mercy of the devotees as well. Mercy of a devotee, and without chanting of the holy name of the Lord, love of Godhead cannot be possible. So that's what we can see from today's